Hey guys, how's it going? Today we're going to be taking a look at BlackWing Studios 1/6 Ichimaru Gin. The artwork on the box is very nice, but man, it came in looking rough. This one was in pretty bad shape, and I think it was a canceled order, so I'll share some pictures of the damage a little bit later on, but without further ado, let's jump in. So, I figured I'd lay everything out here and do my best to put it together piece by piece. However, there are more than a few intricate little pieces that are difficult to put together. So, to avoid me fumbling on camera like a fool, I just cut to them being in place. This base is surprisingly heavy and awkward to work with. It has a lot of interesting branches, and I think the studio did an awesome job incorporating the Gillians into this piece. I'm not really sure what the green liquid on the bottom is supposed to represent, but based on BlackWing Studios, I'm assuming it has to give it some kind of dark and gloomy aspect. Structurally, this thing is built like a tank, and it seems to be well engineered. My only issue is with some of the smaller branches that were not crafted separately. In my case, a lot of them broke. So they crafted 5 of these hands that circle around the base. I really love how they go from a solid to a translucent at the bottom. The color choice was nice too, as it's a break from the grays and browns of the base. These hands are surprisingly well detailed, and I'm still trying to figure out if they're representative of something, but ultimately I think they're just a bit of the studio's own personal style. The last 2 go on the back, and these ones are different because they have a sharp angle to them. Once we get these in, we'll get to start moving up the statue. This thing was a real headache to put together, but it came out really nice. I like the flowing cloth, and it goes on the end of one of the branches here. Speaking of branches, here's the first one they sculpted separately. It's got a nice flow to it, and it's really gnarly looking, so I can appreciate that. And it's not broken. This next branch is the one the skull is going to key into. No satisfying magnetic click on this guy, just a lot of careful wiggling and praying you don't break anything. After you get it together, it just slots in below that other branch we previously installed. Okay, now we can finally put Gin in place. The sculpt was heavy, and I love how the pant legs were textured different than the upper part of his jacket. They also did an awesome job with the shading on him. Taking a look at the head sculpt, I think they did a solid job capturing his trademark creepy sneer. Aside from giving me grief while filming, the hands were, well, hands. They're sculpted nicely and definitely resemble the way they look in the anime. And we're just going to pretend that I didn't fumble around with the left hand for like a minute, and through the power of video editing, it's going to go in just like that. Alright, now to place him on his rock pile. There's a steel rod that slots down into the base that keeps him pretty solid. The only thing I found that was giving me some anxiety was how close I was to bumping those thin, pointy Gillian noses. Kamishini no Yari was snapped in half when I got it. It keys into a little hole in the rock and is supposed to rest under his hand, but next up we have this theatrical mask. I assume it's symbolic of the way Gin played his part when helping Aizen. Lastly, we have a belt that I probably should have put on before putting Gin on the base. It just pops in with this steel rod here. So I've got some nice footage I'm going to roll out here in a second, but I just wanted to take a minute to show off how badly damaged my statue was. I was really blown away at just how brutally manhandled this one was. I've received about 5 large resin statues so far, and this one is by far the most messed up. Lots of small breaks, and even an entire arm sheared off. Various black paint drops all over it, and the back of his robe was scuffed and scratched up horribly. Fortunately, with a lot of glue and some cleaning supplies, I managed to get it to a place where I can at least live with it. But with that out of the way, let's jump into the good stuff.
Yeah.
So I forgot to throw the edition plaque in, but you know, there you go. 11 Studios Stark is next on my list, and hopefully I'll catch you over there. Thanks for dropping by, guys.
Bye bye!